Hello garden friends, thank you for joining me again in the garden. I'm starting in the front of the garden. Today I thought we'd do a little tour. It looks like a lot of things are growing, so come share that with me. So in the front here are my two planters with my black-eyed Susans. They're doing pretty well. They look like they're about to start flowering. So over there, and this one has three major branches, and all three of them seem to be ready to do something for me, so I'm not mad. This is the petunia, the wild violet petunia, and I absolutely adore her. I've never had petunias before, but the color, this is an old one so you can see it's starting to die down, but this color is so vibrant. So vibrant, and I love it. Look at that. In there, those are just dandelion flowers that I picked off the lawn. And I figure if you're going to grow here, you might as well get some work done. Fertilize my other plants, the ones I actually want. So this is identical pretty much with the black-eyed Susans. They're two separate plants in this one. And then the petunias. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Alright, and this trellis is for the grape vine here. This is the razzmatazz grape from Gurney's, I believe. And let me bring you close so you can see. She has little fruit setting everywhere. And I think I stunted her a little bit because she stayed in a container for a year. And then, of course, she went dormant in the winter and fall time. But I let her start leafing out again before I got around to putting her in the soil. So I should have planted her earlier, but she's still doing something. So we'll see what she gets up to this year. So that's the razzmatazz grape. Up here I have petunia plants in hanging baskets. These ones haven't flowered yet, but I see signs of activity right there and right there. I don't know what colors these are because this came as a mixed pack. So hopefully many different colors, because this one has like three plants I think here, and this one probably 2 or 3 plants. So we'll see what colors we get out of this. So let's move. Let me see. I'm gonna let's go here first. Now these two, this is not their final home, but one of these is a volunteer tomato plant. Not this one, because this one has a tag on it. This is the Siberian tomato. It's supposed to be an early tomato. And she already has flowers on her, so I expect fruit set soon. I need to move her and trellis her. Hopefully she hasn't gone through, with the roots haven't gone through to the ground here. And this one is a volunteer tomato plant. I believe this one is the black cherry, only because of the formation of the oh, she has a fruit right there. Let me see if I can get under there. I don't want to dislodge it. There they go. That's the fruit. So she's already started doing something. I need to move her too. So 2 tomato plants here. In here is my cucumber plants. There are 2. So 2 cucumber plants in here. And this is not her final resting place either. But I just needed to keep her covered, so I have some tulle on her. And the plan is to keep it covered for the entire season, hopefully, to prevent the cucumber pickleworm, which is the caterpillar of a moth that flies at night, lays eggs on the plants, usually on the flower, and then it just burrows through all your fruit and you get nothing at all. That's what I've been battling for the past 4 or 5 years with cucumber plants. So I'm trying to grow this one covered and see if I can get some cucumbers this year. My lemongrass is here thriving amongst the weeds. And this is a pepper plant, the Cubanelle peppers. It's just sitting here until I get the bed ready. Ooh, I see cucumber, not cucumber, I see caterpillar poop on here, but it's on the top of the leaf and there's nothing higher than it, so I know it's not from my plant here, it's from this rose bush that's being decimated by something here. Alright, let's move on. So that's the cucumber. I still have some stuff I need to move out. This is just, these are plants that need to be moved. This is a kale plant. I think this is dazzling blue kale. It is going to seed. I'm going to chop the top off and plant it. Hopefully I can get it to still continue growing. And that's a volunteer tomato. I may not eventually plant it, but I'm not ready to throw it away yet. This is arugula growing in this tiny container, and I don't know if I still want it, but it's sitting here for now. And these are cuttings of a what's it called? Hydrangea, I believe. This one and this one, I have no idea what plant it was, but I got a cutting from my sister's house, and I haven't decided where I'm going to put it, so it's still in a solo cup. These are lettuce. This is I think the Paris Island lettuce, and I think it is going to seed, but it's so far the slowest to bolt that I've planted. The rest I've already thrown away, and I was doing some cleanup, so this is trash. I need to get a new trash bag to put this in. But see, the garden's not always perfect. Not supposed to be. It's a work in progress. Alright, so this is mostly a pepper bed. So here I have a marigold. I suspect it's the white Eskimo marigold. I hope it is, because I haven't seen any of them bloom yet, and I really want to see the white Eskimo one. I want to see the white. I don't have any white flowers. Well, I do have white flowers. I have the Shasta daisy, which is very beautiful. So, but I hope this is the white Eskimo. These bigger tomato plants here are, what are they called? They are the jalapeno. So the jalapeno plants, these are the only pepper plants I bought this year because my seeds just decided not to germinate for some reason. So I have 4 of these. I topped them. They have started branching and they actually have flowers on them. That's cool. See this one? I can see. So they'll have flowers on them. There is a basil plant. It's the spicy globe basil. That's the name. It's a spicy globe basil. And in the corner there is a yellow marigold. Let's fall into the side. Alright, wait 1 second. I saw a weed. I need to pull the weed. There you go. So a lot of these peppers I did not label because, you know, I keep telling myself I'll remember, knowing full well that I will not remember. But it just adds to the mystery in the garden. These are some pepper plants. I think these ones are the banana peppers, the ones in the back that are labeled, I think are banana, and I don't know what these ones are, but they're peppers. These ones are either an orange or a red habanero, these tiny ones here, and the ones in the back are also habanero, either orange or red. One of them we'll see when they flower, when they fruit, we'll know. Now this one I bothered to label, and it's the white habanero. Unknown, more unknown. And then in the back are some eggplants. They're struggling. They got eaten up by the flea beetles. But they have some new growth. They look like they're gonna make it. I have a struggling pepper plant in there. This one is a saged paprika pepper. It was also topped, so it's starting to branch out, if you can see right there. This one here looks like some kind of habanero pepper. No, I know what it is. This is the gochugaru. I remember planting them on the outside so that they would be easier to pick. So these are gochugaru peppers, which are smaller Asian peppers for spicing up Asian food. I see a little snail. You see that? I have a billion snails in this bed. Anyway, the one behind it is a California wonder pepper, so that's the regular bell pepper. And I think those mystery peppers I couldn't name over there might be California Wanderers, because I intended to put bigger peppers in the middle, so that might be a California Wanderer as well. I have 2 more habanero type peppers. This friend here is the Armenian cucumber, and I'm hoping she will help me deal with my cucumber woes and let me have some cucumbers this year. So it's technically a melon, but grown to be used as a cucumber, and I hope I have some success with her this year. Now she's already being chomped at. See that damage? That's this beetle here. I think it's called the cucumber beetle, and I find them and I crush them. Let me turn them over. It looks almost like a ladybug, but it is not. So they eat a lot of the melon leaves and the cucumber leaves, as well as squash. I've seen them on. I haven't really seen them on tomatoes or peppers. This is a volunteer tomato plant. Like I said, volunteers just grow wherever, but they are so strong. Look at this. This is straight clay soil I dug out from, I was trying to make a hole, and I dug clay soil out through it in this bucket. And this tomato plant emerged in early spring, or it was still winter, I can't remember, but we still had frost in the forecast, and it came up. I just let it be there, and I think I may have covered it with a cloche once. I'm not sure. I may not have. I'm not sure, but she was the first to give me any signs of flowering, and she has fruit right there. See? Let me help her pollinate. Be a bee in the garden. Be a bee. All right. So that's the volunteer tomato plant. I'm gonna move her. This is not where she's gonna live. This is actually an access spot, so I need a lane here so I can get to the trellis. So I'm just putting them there for now, but I'm gonna move both the Armenian cucumber and that tomato plant. This is one of my favorite peppers in the garden because it's so beautiful. This is the ahi lemon drop pepper. She's growing slowly, but I don't think my bed has very good soil in it, so the plants I put in the bed are growing slowly, and they're a bit more yellow. The leaves are yellow compared to the ones I have in containers. This is my first year putting peppers in the ground. I usually plant my peppers in containers, which I've had great success with. So more peppers. Let me move over that way so I can show you. This is just a flower. It's the gold dust sweet alyssum, which is perennial and is done flowering. But let me show you, because I'm still enamored with these flowers. That's what the flowers look like. There you go. So coming around this way, I have a container just sitting here because I haven't found a home for her. But this is I think it's called Roselle. I need to get her out from here because, see, I broke a leaf. The cover is not tall enough. I only have this cover on because rabbits apparently like this, and I like it too, so I'm trying to keep it for myself, being a little selfish in the garden. But I need to get a proper, I'm going to put some chicken wire here. See, try not to hurt you, boo-boo. There you go. So I have another lemon drop pepper here. This is a purple tiger jalapeno pepper. She's small. You should see her siblings. They're much bigger than that. And the ones are in containers. Okay, enough about these peppers. So let me slide you over this way, and I'm going to show you the tomato trellis. So this trellis here is for cherry tomato plants. So all the plants here are cherry tomatoes, different colors, because I had actually cherry tomatoes on this trellis last year, and I didn't quite like all the varieties I had. I had the black cherry, which I adore, super sweet 100, which I love, and then I had the chocolate sprinkle, which I do not like at all, and some other random tomatoes. So I did get a lot of cherry tomatoes for salads, but I didn't get a lot of color. So this year I wanted some more color, so I planted, let's see, and they're all flowering. This is the Sun Gold Select, which is supposed to be, so Sun Gold is a hybrid tomato plant, but the Sun Gold Select is supposed to be stabilized. So it's Sun Gold Select 2, I think is what they call it. So hopefully I can save seed from this one. But it's supposed to be just like the Sun Gold. Never tried it before. I've tried Sun Gold and I love it. So Sun Gold Select 2. And true to my character, I did not label some of these. So I don't know what this one is. Here, I know all the tomatoes I planted. I just don't know where I put them. So this one, it can't be Tim's Taste of Paradise. Maybe. So Tim's Taste of Paradise, I think it's an orange or yellow one. I need to get some of these leaves there to see they're getting diseased, so I need to take these bottom leaves off. Because I planted them a little bit deep, I couldn't take up all the leaves initially, so now I have to go through and get these diseased leaves off so it doesn't spread through the plant. And I have to start off my spraying. I usually do a hydrogen peroxide spray and baking soda spray because the disease pressure here is crazy. Okay, so this one is blueberries tomato, and it also has some flower setting. And then this one has some diseased leaves at the bottom. Forgive me while I take this off. And this one, did I label you? I did. Look at me. Yay me. This is the champagne bubbles. Oop, I broke it. Broke my label. So the champagne bubbles. So they're growing. They were really small. They were much smaller. And after I planted them, they looked sad. And then they got really eaten down by flea beetles. But now they've outgrown the flea beetles. I don't really see much damage on. You can see the leftover damage on this leaf here. These little bullet holes. Alright, so I have more peppers here. There's the Thunder Cash Brown here. This one is, I think, a Biquinho pepper. I have multiple peppers in here. The ají amarillo I put over here. They get pretty big, but they were struggling initially, but now they seem to be waking up. Moving along, some arugula that's self-seeded in this container. There's like 2 inches of soil in this container, and it has all this arugula. I'm gonna take it for a salad and then refill that bucket and use it to plant something. I have some onions making seeds and some more roselle trying to grow through that container. Like I said, need to get to it. And then over here I have some Cubanelle peppers and shishito peppers, which are struggling for their lives. Some trash that needs to be picked up, and more peppers in the back. Now this is the second tomato setup here. So this trellis has the larger size tomatoes in it. Of course, I have some peppers everywhere. It's a Puma pepper. And then this one, I think I did a better job labeling, so maybe I can tell what they are. First, I have to find a label. Okay, this is the Jet Star. So the Jet Star is here. The leaves are big. It has flowered. Pollinate, pollinate. I have a random pepper plant here. Some basil, and then this is, where's your label? This is the Moneymaker. Great. I'm glad this one did well, because the only time I ever planted it a couple of years ago, it died back and I never got to see it grow, so I'm happy to have this one. More basil, Thai basil, one single green onion. I planted a whole cup of green onions and only one came up, so I said this is a survivor. She wants to be here, so I put her in here. This is an eggplant, flea beetle damage. And then this tomato is, let's see, do we have a, look at that, we have a label. This is the early girl. Another one I grew in the past and never got to see grow. Alright, swinging you around gently so as not to make you dizzy. This plant is the orange peach tomato plant. This one I suspect is going to do pretty well because she's in a good spot. She's close to my where I put my compost. And let's see who she is. I think I'm going to have to move these labels and put them where I can easily see. Oh yeah, this is a prairie fire, which I'm excited about. It's supposed to be aroma type, but I think the flower, not the flowers, the fruit is very small compared to aromas, but it's aroma type and apparently very sweet. So excited to try that one. This year is so much better than last year with the varieties I have. So I have some excitement in the garden. This is another basil. I have like 15 types of basil growing. This is the Akoko Mesa from Ghana. This is the blue spice. I got as a free seed from Baker's Creek. And this tomato plant is the Lucid Gem. So I actually labeled every single tomato plant on this side. I'm proud of myself. A pequeño pepper, another pequeño pepper. So let's go to the front of this bed. So I have tomatoes on the inside, close to the trellis, and then peppers on the outside. So I have some habanero type peppers, some onions, just placeholder for this kind of aisle where I can reach into the garden bed. And then more peppers. This is the perfume pepper. I don't know the name of it. It was given to me, and it was called a perfume pepper, and so I still call it that. It makes beautiful peppers. It's gorgeous to look at. Don't quite remember who this is, but I have like cayenne peppers in this area. So I put the golden cayenne here, a purple cayenne here. So this one is doing pretty good. The leaves, do you see the leaves? I love any pepper plant that has purple leaves. It makes me happy. But at the end there I have another purple cayenne, and I think that's an orange cayenne. And then this one here is a red cayenne. I only had one come up for the red cayenne. Now this is a cucumber plant. I put 2 plants in here and 2 plants in here. And my plan is to cover it up with some tulle as well to see if I can get some harvest out of it. So I've put this trellis up for this one. The other one I haven't got around to. You'll find that that's a theme in my garden. I haven't got around to it. This is a one-woman operation. Cut me some slack. Alright, this is the Burmese rat tail radish. And as you can see, she doesn't bulb up at the bottom. Hey weed, let's go. Alright, she doesn't bulb up at the bottom. She just flowers, and then you eat the seed pods, and they are delicious. They taste just like radish, and I prefer them to regular radishes. So, plus the flowers are pretty. Can you see? Let me see if I can give you. See? The flowers are gorgeous. And in this bed, the back, I have some struggling eggplants in the back. I have some pepperoni friariello peppers, some more puma peppers, gorgeous leaves, and then lemon basil, my second favorite basil after the globe basil. I put some leeks in here. I'm so proud of these. I've never grown leeks before. Never actually eaten a leek before. So I grow a lot of things I haven't eaten. And then celery, which I love celery, but I've never planted it before. So that's some celery. Oh. This is a walking onion, and it's walking. So see that? It makes bulbs or bulbs at the tip of the leaves. And this one's actually continuing. So it made this, and then it started to continue to grow, and it's making another set over here. So I can walk all around my garden. This is the English thyme. I have some mammoth basil in here and some Thai basil. Some more onions. I need to chop these down and reuse the pot. And this is my perennial kale. She's doing so well. When I bought her, she was maybe this tall, very small. And she grew a bit, and then the rabbits came along and chopped her head off. And she had to regrow from the sides. I have her staked, and she seems to be doing pretty good. Alright, I'm back in the front so I can take you to the other two beds. So we've gone over this way and we've seen those beds there. So I'm going to walk you over this way. Now these ones are definitely not complete. I only just put up this trellis on this bed 2 days ago. So it's three-sided. Left this part open so I can reach into the bed like so to get to the plants in the middle. Now of course there are no plants in the middle right now, but I intend to put some pepper plants in. I've moved this bitter melon here. This is the Okinawan pure white bitter lemon. Bitter melon, why do I keep calling it bitter lemon? Bitter melon. And the thought is I'll let her climb up this trellis to the top here, and then she might cross over to this one here. So we'll see how that goes, because right now the grapes are not really utilizing that trellis, so I might just use it for the bitter melon. Alright, so I have tomatoes all along this line, and the plan is to trellis them, string trellis them up this trellis here. I have some onions at the bottom along here, and then nasturtiums here, and I believe this is the Bloody Mary nasturtium, and I am in love with her. She's so beautiful. I hope I can save seeds from this one because this red is just so brilliant. And a random pepper plant and some more tomatoes. These are the San Marzano tomatoes. Now moving it over to this plant. This is a squash plant. Is the, I can't say the name properly. It's the Trombetta d'Albenja, I think. But it's supposed to be resistant to the squash borer. I'd love to see that. This here is more damaged by the cucumber beetle. I came through and picked them off and squashed them yesterday, but I'm gonna let her crawl or climb up this trellis as well. So that's the plan for now. Now this bed is also unfinished. I need to take these containers out and fill it up with soil. Right now it's just cardboard boxes and some sticks in there, and I just laid these containers on top to get them out from the lawn. But I have some pepper plants, some eggplants. This is the silvery fir tomato, which is already growing a tomato right there. I need to stop touching her so I don't accidentally kick her off, but there she is. And let's pollinate these. There. Another bitter melon. This one is the what's it called? Satsuma Onaba. Satsuma Onaba. Bitter melon growing in there. I covered it because one of the seedlings came up and I think the birds got it. Some more tomato plants. These ones are supposed to be determinate. They're Ace 55s and a celebrity. Now this part I put some soil in because I needed to plant something. I put some corn in here. I know it's kind of late, but I wanted to try. So there's some corn in here. It hasn't come up. And then yesterday I put up this makeshift rabbit proofing for my okra plants, because if I know anything about this garden, I know the rabbits love my okra. So I put some onions around, some green onions around, and then I put the 9 okra plants. I planted 9 in cups. Only one didn't come up, so I replanted it. So that's the baby right there that's trying to catch up with his siblings. But they're all in here. Hopefully the rabbit does not tunnel through. And then I put up this mini trellis here. It's really short. I'm just trying to make do with what I have and not buy some more conduit pipe. But I may use it to string up these tomatoes because they are determined they won't get as tall. or I may let the Armenian cucumber ramble over it. We'll see. This is my new baby. I just put her up yesterday, the green stalk. This is the Inventor's Bundle. So you see it has the 3 original size pockets at the bottom and 3 leaf pockets at the top. I planted peppers at the bottom in the bigger containers. This is a struggling habanada. Hopefully she makes it because she's the only one I have. And then I put some kale and the likes, Swiss chard, stuff like that in the top. 3, and I have some seeds actually in this one because I ran out of seedlings. Alright, moving along. We have some fig trees. This is the Chicago hardy fig. And I think I saw, yep, the beginnings of a fig there. So she's active. She's doing something. And I have 2 more figs covered because, say it with me, rabbits. So that's one. And the other one did get chomped down by the rabbits before I covered her. That's the Latarula. And this is the yellow long neck fig. Alright, moving on. So remember when I said I plant peppers in containers? And this is what I mean. So most of my peppers in the past were in these containers actually. I've reused them for years. They're just plastic containers. Most of them are 3 gallons, some are 2.5 gallon. Most of them are not full, some are just half full. But usually they will grow out through the bottom of the container into the soil underneath, so they do get a lot of space to grow, and they do very well even in close quarters because I put the containers close to each other and I put more than 1 pepper in each container usually. So let's see. Oh, she's grown since the last I saw her. This is the ají amarillo. I have 2 plants in here, or do I? No, it's just 1. I have 1 ají amarillo and some weeds. But I also put a pequeño pepper in here because I thought, why not? So pequeño is here, ají amarillo. I may regret that because this gets pretty big. Ají amarillo. So let me move it. Which way should I turn it so that this other one is not shaded? I may have to, yeah, may have to do that. Yeah, so the pequeño is on the outside now, and this is ají amarillo. I believe this one that's falling down and struggling is also an ají amarillo. But even just one of these plants in here will be plenty. She gets really big and tall and lanky. Now, this one is a pepper, but it also has some amaranth in here, which just grew from, it reseeded itself. I'm going to pull most of these, but not today. So this is the Szeged Hungarian paprika. Now, she's doing so much better than I showed you, the pepper I showed you in the main garden bed. Well, first of all, I planted these first, but the soil, I believe, is much better here. So she's doing much better than over there. I topped it like I top all my peppers, so there's a lot of branching going on. And let me show you. See, whenever I top them, look at the bottom of the stem close to the root. It gets brown and hard, and it helps hold the plants up better. They need less staking. So try it. If you've never tried topping your peppers, try it and see if you like it better. At least try 1 pepper and see. You don't have to top all your peppers. Experiment in the garden. Alright, this is a Marconi purple, this one. And this is a golden cayenne, not golden cayenne, golden California wonder. I have a red habanero. See the difference? Do you see the difference? I have to work on my beds. So this year, over the next year, I will be, sorry, mommy intermission. Mommy intermission number 2. So this is the habanero red. I have 3 plants in here. They have been topped as well, and they're doing take 157. Mommy intermission. So I was saying 3 habanero peppers in here, which have been topped and are doing very well. And they'll be fine sharing the space. So this is a peachadoo. Not a pepper I've grown before. I like the name. We'll see how she turns out this year. Thunder Cash Brown. Like you see, it's twice or 3 times as big as the ones in the ground. I have the Ahi White Lightning. It's supposed to be a hot pepper, but not too hot. It's like maybe a little bit hotter than a jalapeno, but it looks beautiful. The pictures is a white pepper that's kind of crinkled, if I can put it that way. It's not straight, and it's supposed to be very vigorous apparently. And I have 2 plants in here, which, do you see the branching from topping it? It's going to be glorious. I can't wait to see how this one grows. Next to it is the New Mix Lemon Spice Jalapeno Pepper. Topped right there, branching right here. See? Now, for some reason this year, I didn't label most of my purple peppers. So this is going to be a mystery purple pepper. This is the Sugar Rush Stripey. So I don't have a Sugar Rush Peach. I've heard so much about that pepper, but I saw the Sugar Rush Spicy, not spicy, stripey, and I thought, ooh, the pepper's gonna have stripes on it. I want that. So instead of the Sugar Rush Peach, which I was looking for, I got this stripey, which I think will make me happier. All right, I'm gonna swing around to show you the overwintered peppers, which are unknown because they are unlabeled. Have you met me? We don't label stuff apparently. So this one is unlabeled, but she's doing well. I see some spots on the leaves, but it'll be fine. I feel like I have spots on my leaves every year, and I still have peppers. Some basil. This is the piccolino pepper. Not piccolino pepper, it's the piccolino basil. And I thought she'd be smaller, but she's lanky. She's tall. That's not what it showed in the picture. It looked like a little ball, but she's basil. She'll do. And this is an overwintered pepper. She's already starting to flower, so we will know soon enough who she is. I suspect it's the jalapeno. The leaves look jalapeno-ish. Now this one I don't know which one it is, but it is flowering. It was the first one to flower, but it hasn't. It was the first one to have a flower. It's not, the flowers are not open, so it has flowers, but they're not open. But there are lots of flowers on it, lots of them. So soon enough, I'll know who this is. Next to it is, let's see, this is the brown jalapeno. I was determined to have different colors of jalapeno. So far I have the regular jalapeno, which will turn red. I have a brown jalapeno and a lemon spice jalapeno, which will be yellow, and then the purple jalapeno, which is here. Now, I don't know why the leaves here are wrinkly. I thought I'd see some aphids. Maybe there are aphids. Maybe there are aphids. I'll come back and look at it. But I wasn't expecting the leaves to be variegated. Like, I would literally have bought it, not because it was purple, but because of the variegation, if I knew. And it's not just one plant, it's all of them. They're all, look at this one. Look at the leaf. Oh my gosh. This makes me a little too happy. Look at that. A lot of variegation. But so I have the brown jalapeno, and right next to it the purple jalapeno, and I think the lemon spice jalapeno somewhere on this aisle as well. So that's great. Now this is the lemon drop. See how much bigger it is than in ground, and the leaves are so green. Yeah, I have to work on that soil. I need to work on it over this year. Chocolate habanero. This one's growing really slowly, but I have 2 plants in here. And then this is the Molado Aisleno. Also has some spots on the leaves, but it is what it is. This is a lemon habanero. I bought these seeds from M.I. Gardner a couple years ago. I planted it and I loved the way the pepper looked. It was gorgeous. The shape of the pepper, the color when it finally ripened, gorgeous. And I ran out of seed because I planted some more and they didn't come up. And I waited forever to find it on his site, and I couldn't get it again. So I had to buy this one, I think from Etsy, and only 1.5 came up. So see this little baby here? So just 2 of those came up. I'm so excited. I hope it's the right one. It's true to type. It was one of my favorite peppers that year. It was so beautiful. I hadn't started saving seed at that time, so I didn't save any seed. That was I think one of my first years gardening. But yeah, I know better now. This is a white habanero. So I have the chocolate habanero, lemon habanero, white habanero, and I have the red and orange in the other bed. This is ají crystal pepper. Also supposed to be a hot pepper, but not super hot. And it's very vigorous. I have 3 plants in here. It's going to be big. I can tell already. Alright, let's move to the next aisle. Like I said, I managed not to label most of my purple peppers, and this one is unknown. This one is the chocolate beauty, so it's a bell pepper. It's going to be brown. Pepperoni friariello. Macedonian grilling pepper. The peppers have these lines that look like stretch marks on them, and they ripen to a green, to a red I mean. They're very pretty. That's literally the only reason I planted them, because they look weird. A datil pepper, which is a free seed from Baker's Creek from one of my orders. I need to get this. This grass grows by, it runs and it has rhizomes, so every time I see it I need to pull it. So that's a datil pepper, a chocolate habanero, a Lutschauer paprika pepper. I have 4 or 5 types of, maybe 3 or 4 types of paprika peppers this year. And then this purple pepper I managed to label. This is the Thunder. Ooh, I labeled it, but it's fading away. I can't say what it is. I can't see it. Oh my, that's sad. The only one I labeled. I can't read it. I think it's the Thunderstorm. Not because I can see it, because I know there's a pepper called the Thunderstorm that has purple leaves, but Thunderstorm. More datil peppers, because they all came up. Chodicerdo pepper, I think I have 2 in here. And Alessia pepper. Alright, this is a Jamaican yellow mushroom pepper. Can you tell I love peppers? Because I love peppers. This is the Ajvarski. My first time growing it. It will be great. So see, I have 2 peppers together. It's been topped, so it's doing that thing I told you about with, see how it's brown down here? And it's hard, almost like a tree trunk versus just a regular plant. It has all the branching. Come away so they can see. There you go. Has all the branching. And it's going to be sturdier. I like sturdy pepper plants. I have a lot of them. I don't want to stake all of them. Unknown pepper, because I am me. And then, let's see. Serrano here. So Serrano. I'm glad, because I planted Serranos a couple years ago, and then the next year I didn't plant them because I don't know, I felt they were just regular peppers. They weren't special. And for some reason this year I started to miss them. I was like, oh, they were pretty, weren't they? They had this little tubular structure, the pepper itself, and the red was very brilliant. I'm like, why didn't I grow it again? And so here it is. I'm growing it again. Now let's see. This is the Anaheim. This is an Anaheim, and this is a Pasilla or Pasilla? Pasilla Bajo. If it's Spanish, it's Pasilla Bajo. Hope I'm saying it right. And this is another perfume pepper. Alright, so we're done with the plants, and I may have to do another video showing you the fruit trees and the fruit shrubs, because this video is already super long. But thank you for joining me in the garden today. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you're growing in your garden. Like the video, subscribe to follow, and I will see you in the next